One more time. Hi, this is Dave. In front of me I have an LDS believer. Your name is Steve, and you're from Tennessee, right?
Correct.
All right, and you've been here for about a year and a half doing some grad school work?
Correct.
In music, I believe, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, super. And you're recently a new convert to the LDS faith, right?
Right.
How long have you been a convert?
Since November of last year. November 2013.
Oh, okay, so just 6 months?
Yeah.
Oh, that's really quick. Okay, super. So you've seen a lot of different changes going on, and you studied the Bible before you became a LDS believer, right?
Oh, for sure.
Okay. In the LDS, the question I have for the week is simply this, is that when you look at where you get your authority, the mouthpiece of your church, who is that?
The mouthpiece of the church?
Yeah.
The mouthpiece would be the president of the church.
So he's your president prophet?
Yes.
All right, so if he is your prophet and the president and the mouthpiece of your church, then the question some Christians would like to know is, if he came out with new revelation that was different from, let's say, the scriptures, from the Bible, would the believers of your faith follow him first, even though it might be different than what the Bible teaches?
Other members, not necessarily me, you said?
Yeah. If it was sort of different, then...
I think it really depends on what was said. For the most part, yes, they would follow what he said. Okay. But if it was something very, very, I don't know, off course, I can't even think of an example, there probably would be an issue if it was really radical.
If it was a radical, like if he came out with, hypothetically, we're going to reinstate polygamy.
I think a lot of people would leave. I think there would be issues with it.
Okay.
Just because there's been such a dogma against it for like 100 years now.
All right. But wasn't it part of Joseph Smith's revelation about the new and everlasting covenant, that you needed to get, polygamous married? You had to marry more than one wife in order to enter into the heavens and the kingdom. So even though he had that, and he reinstated, because I believe you still believe in Doctrine and Covenants 132, right?
It's still in the canon.
Yeah.
It's still in the canon.
So why do you think people would get upset with it if it's still in the canon version of your faith?
Well, I don't think a lot of people read the D&C, quite honestly. Most people I know who are RMs haven't even read the D&C. They've read Pearl of Great Price, Book of Mormon, New Testament. A lot of people read the New Testament my age, which is impressive. But, it's like the D&C and Old Testament people haven't really touched. I honestly think a lot of people don't know it's in there. Interesting. So if you actually had your prophet then come out with something different, because I believe in your faith, you believe that if you're supposed to follow the prophet no matter what, right, ultimately. But if you felt differently from what he said was true in your heart, would you not follow him? If the Lord revealed and said, you know what, I don't want you to go that direction, would you say, I guess I'm not going to follow him based on that revelation? Well, I mean, if it was God, for sure. Yeah. If it was God, for sure. I mean, that's easy. But if it was, I would have to really be sure it was God, and again, weigh what was said. Yeah. So whatever revelation, if it was a little different, you'd have to still pray about it, and if it was different from what the Bible teaches, you would really think, I'm going to pray. You shouldn't just follow. Yeah. I don't believe in there's kind of this authoritarian vibe sometimes with the prophet and apostles, which I don't appreciate, because they're just men in the end who prone to mistake, sin, the sin nature. So it's always going to come down to prayer. It's not going to just be blindly, whatever you say. That bothers me. Okay. All right, well, you heard it right here on Temple Square, a recent convert to the LDS faith. You might have other LDS people who've been in it for 40 years who might think differently about this, but thank you so much for stopping. Thank you. You bet.